All right, everybody, for this week's Transformation Tuesday, here is one that I know we are all proud of, the transformation of our parks and our playscapes. What we have been able to do in my time as mayor has been truly monumental for our park system, and it's something that I am absolutely so proud of. I mean, we're talking almost $35 million we have poured into our park system over the last 12 years, something that hasn't been done ever. I think creating spaces where our children and families can thrive is so important for the well-being of our community. Creating a New Britain where our kids can play and play freely on brand new equipment and wonderful surfaces. So for this one, I have to read a list because there have just been so many projects. At Chesley Park, we spent $2.5 million installing turf and a splash pad. Then we redid the basketball courts and the handball courts, including the playground there too. We spent $3 million at Chesley Park on the east side. At Willowbrook, we did the new picnic pavilion, the tennis courts, the new playground. We installed turf and the new track at Veterans Stadium. And we spent $1 million in renovations to Beehive Field, $4.5 million at Willowbrook alone. At Martha Hart, where we just recently opened up a new playscape, you've got the park improvements with the new playground, the basketball courts, the park play equipment, the mechanical arm at the park entrance, almost $1 million at Martha Hart. Let's move over to Washington Park. Basketball courts were rehabbed and we demolished the old pool house, and there's lots more to come at Washington Park. At Walnut Hill Park, which is the most pristine park that we have with the Frederick Law Olmsted loop that goes around it. We paved the loop, we redid the tennis courts, we did a new playground there, we did lighting upgrades, and we recently paved the walking path around Walnut Hill. Here we are at A.W. Stanley Park, where we spent $6 million on this park alone. In renovations to also the building behind me, which is called the Swiss Chalet, we did the loop trail, which goes beautifully through the woods here, and then redid the pool and the pool house behind me too, in addition to this new playscape. And then if we go down the street to Stanley Quarter Park, we've got the Stanley Loop Trail, $500,000 in general park improvements, the skate park repairs, the installation of a handicap accessible playground, the pond dredging, the road redesign and paving, spending almost $2.5 million, over $2.5 million at Stanley Quarter Park. Willow Street Park is getting a new facelift too, which we just announced last week. Osgood Park, $11.5 million in improvements. You guys know we ripped that whole park apart. It is brand new. And then, of course, our Stanley Golf Course. That is one of our prize parks as well. $3 million with the construction of the pavilion outside, $500,000 in upgrades to the driving range, $3.5 million overall in my time, for a total of $35,552,000 in park improvement money. Improving our parks have been so important in my time as mayor. It was one of the things that everybody had always complained to me about, wanting new places for our kids to play. Our park transformation is really a big piece of my story, and it's something that I'm so proud of.